Good morning, Brandon, staff, and students, and thank you for tuning in to BTV. Today is Tuesday, February 18th, 2020. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of quiet reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is day 3A of the special rotation.
And now for today's weather. Right now is a low of 55 degrees with a high of 65 degrees with a forecast of showers. Hopefully those showers will hold off long enough for us to play outside today.
Our lunch menu today is fish and grits, chicken enchilada casserole, cheese quesadilla, and seasoned green peas.
Our IB Learner Profile attribute of the month for February is balanced.
What does it mean to be balanced?
Students who are balanced work to make sure they are taking care of their intellectual, physical, and emotional needs.
What does it look like to be balanced?
Take care of your intellectual needs. Be open to learning new things inside and outside of school. If all you read are books about baseball, try a book about something or someone different. If all you play is Fortnite, try to also do something else to stimulate your brain.
To take care of your physical needs, be sure to get exercise and eat balanced meals. If all you eat are candy and potato chips, try fruit and carrot sticks too. Also make sure you get plenty of sleep. And to take care of your emotional needs, if you like and need to be around friends, reach out for a play date. If you prefer to be alone in your own thoughts after a long day, that's okay too. The important thing is to make sure you are taking care of yourself to be as healthy as possible.
Attention everyone! We would like to congratulate Miss Whitaker for not only being our Counselor of the Year for Morris Brandon, but she also earned yesterday the Counselor of the Year for APS.
When you see Miss Whitaker in the halls, be sure to congratulate her.
We love you, Miss Whitaker. February is Black History Month. Black History Month is celebrated each year to acknowledge the achievements of African Americans and the role they have played in making America what it is today.
The city of Atlanta continues to play a major role in the history of African Americans. It has been the center of black wealth, higher education at historic black colleges like Spelman and Morehouse colleges, and cradle of the civil rights movement and home to Martin Luther King Jr.
Many of the schools in APS are named after influential black leaders who shaped African American history in America.
Today we are going to showcase Congressman John Lewis, who represented us in Washington, D.C., and it is also not uncommon to see him around town in stores doing grocery shopping or shopping for clothes. He is also the man whom John Lewis Invictus Academy is named in APS.
John Lewis is often called one of the most courageous persons in civil rights movement ever produced. He has dedicated his life to protecting human rights and helping to build a beloved community in America. He is a well-balanced citizen who helps others and reads many books.
As a child, he attended segregated schools in Alabama. As a young boy, he was inspired by the words of Martin Luther King Jr., which he heard on the radio.
Let's keep Congressman Lewis in our thoughts. He was recently diagnosed with cancer and his pancreas, and he is trying to preserve his treatment.
Here's a short video clip of our congressman.
John Lewis is from Alabama, and he's the chairman of SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Almost every civil rights event and confrontation, John Lewis was playing a role throughout the 60s. He is working on strategy, tactics. He's at the very center of the civil rights movement. SNCC had been in Selma since early 1963. King arrives on January 2nd, 1965. And so by time the world focuses its attention on Selma, students had been organizing and thousands of people had been arrested in Selma for the preceding 2 years. John Lewis is a part of that. The students of SNCC vote not to participate in the Selma to Montgomery March. They didn't believe in these big stage demonstrations. They thought they were counterproductive. They thought they were more cosmetic. They believed in grassroots organizing. They wanted to organize poor people to take control over the political process.
And so John Lewis decided he wanted to march, even though the organization had voted not to march. He said he would march as an individual and not represent the organization.
John Lewis was very instrumental in giving the kind of leadership that we felt was needed in order to actually continue our march. And because of his particular leadership, he came and joined our group, that front line of that march.
He stays side by side with the SCLC and Martin Luther King for the duration of that campaign. So the victory that comes out of the Selma to Montgomery March, that culminating victory, that also includes all of those episodes that occurred beforehand. John Lewis was a part of that.
And now for today's joke of the day.
What's the difference between a teacher and a train?
I didn't know. What?
A teacher says spit out that gum, while the train says choo choo.
This concludes today's episode of BTV. I'm Mary Emmett.
I'm River.
And I'm Sam. Thank you for watching.
Have a terrific
Tuesday. Bye.